I'd like to call to order the December 1st, 2025 meeting of the Reston Community Center Board of Governors. First item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda.
So
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. That motion carries. Next is the approval of the minutes and board actions. First, the minutes, approval of the November 3rd board minutes.
So moved.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next is the approval of the November 3rd, 2025 board actions.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. That motion carries. Chair's remarks. Welcome back. Hope you guys had a happy evening. Thanksgiving. And looking forward to the beginning of the long holiday season. A little bit of sad news to report. One of our past chairs, Ruth Overton, passed on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Ruth was
Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, Thanksgiving Day. Ruth was a part of this board for many years and was the chairman for a number of years as well. Very active in the Reston Corral, among other things. So she was a Reston pioneer, her and her husband Gene. So they will be missed, but we've certainly got great memories of Ruth and her family. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. With that, we'll go on to one of the more important things on the agenda. We're going to go to, for the first time, the inaugural, the initial Bev's moment.
I'm elderly, don't scream like that.
Will you bang the gavel?
Yes, but I wasn't prepared.
She knew it was coming. This is a little off.
Yeah.
She's a performer.
Mhm.
Perform, please.
Thank you, Chair, Mr. Chair. Another person that I think of all the time who has left us was Laverne Gill. And Laverne gave me this book of Howard Thurman. It's the holiday season. This will be in contrast to that music.
Wow.
This is the season of the year when so many things stand out in stark outline against the background of our days. We think of little children all over the world. Children in refugee camps who have known aught else throughout the length of their days. Children in orphanages in our own land and in other lands. Rootless children who have no peg upon which to hang the identity of their meaning, but whose tender lives are cut adrift from all harbors of refuge and security. Children and families where there is so little love that they are unaware that their own lives are touched by its gentleness and strength. Sick children, those who have walked and will never walk again. Those who have looked out on the beauty of the world and will never see it again. Our hearts are touched and melt in the quietness as we remember the children of the world. We remember the old people, those whose fires have been banked and who sit in their solitariness, some with minds broken by the hardness of their days, who cannot be comforted by the memories of other times. Some who at this season of the year hunger and thirst for the love of their children and find it not. Some who live in homes for the aged, surrounded by those of their kind who huddle together, hoping that in the warmth of each other's personality and spirit, they might find strength sufficient for another day. God of our hearts and our lives, accept the tenderness which we pour out in our thoughts and in our memories and desires, and grant that it will inform our deeds, so that during these days that are upon us, to the limit of our strength and beyond, we may be messengers of thy tidings and sharers of thy peace.
Thank you.
That was intense, Dad. Thank you. I was like, whoa. And you forget during this holiday season, some people are.
Yeah, and at the UCP, they do a thing called Blue Christmas too, because there are loads of people who cannot celebrate Christmas because of what they have gone through over the years.
All right, thank you. We don't have any visitors tonight.
Now, where did he go?
He took off.
Okay.
So therefore, we have no community input this evening. On to committee reports. The November 3rd Finance Committee, that was actually summarized in our last meeting. And so this will only be the approval of the report.
Okay.
So move.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. On to the December 1st Preference Poll Committee meeting. Bill Pittman.
We had a meeting in the Preference Poll Committee. We got a report from BB about how the process went. The process went very smoothly again this year. No particular problems arose. We got a turnout that was not slightly below last year, but basically with an uncontested ballot, it was a very reasonable turnout. Pretty consistent with what we've seen in the past. So after a brief discussion, we made a motion to recommend that the staff continue the process for the preference poll next year, making adjustments obviously for dates, but otherwise sticking to the same process overall. You can use the same handbook updated for the new dates. But if it isn't broken, don't fix it. And we think it's working very nicely. So that's a motion from our committee to the board.
Okay. Any discussion of that formal motion? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion
I get to
carries.
say second.
I know, I feel naked here, not being able to say so
I
moved.
know.
Yeah.
It was quiet in the beginning.
Yeah,
Nobody
pause.
knew what to do.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So let's go around and figure out what people did since last we met. Malcolm.
Since last we met, I had a work trip right after that, so I was gone for half the month, and then came home to my sister having baby number 2. So,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was 10 days ago. So newborn in the family, and I've been on full-on auntie duty with my 5-year-old nephew. So that's what's been going on in our house these days.
Not sleeping much, huh?
Not well, that their house not so much. No, my house I'm fine.
Shay?
A lot of Thanksgiving meal activities for last week, yeah, and the holiday parade.
Great. Dad Burley?
I attended the Faith Coalition meeting sponsored by Cornerstones. And that was very interesting. We broke up into small groups to try to decide something on all the different problems that the county faces. It was really good discussions. Of course, there were no decisions because we're still in flux with all of that. The only thing I got to see at the community center was at the Lila Gordon Theater was Marooned, a space comic, which was supposedly, I think its focus basically is for kids because it's a puppet kind of thing. But it was great for adults too. It was most entertaining. That was just too special. And we scared the heck out of the 2 performers because the audience just lost their minds at the end. They just kept, they wouldn't let them leave. And everybody kept standing, and it was really, really nice. And I wish more people had been there. We had one little kid who commented during the entire thing, which made it much more interesting. But
Lisa?
Some people go away. I attended I gotta announce this, the one with the Walter, our meeting with Walter, and that was kinda good to always get that information. I attended the holiday parade. The quartet that was at, the Lila Gordon Theater the week before, what was that, Bev? You weren't there,
No, I didn't get.
but, that was really good.
Aparna didn't show up?
Well, who was it again? It was the week before.
She a comedian?
American Patchwork Quartet?
Yes, that's what it is. American. Sorry, I should remember, but they were quite good. A very diverse audience, but also the artists were diverse, and they talk about where they came from. The music was very, I would say the word eclectic because it was really neat and trying to pay attention to it. But I said, let me go because I hadn't been anything. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. It was one of those concerts when it's over there. I wish it was longer. Holland Prairie was fun, but as usual, it's always the coldest day in November. And the air channeling, I go, oh, but my grandkids loved it, and they didn't think it was cold, but I did. I was like, oh, we're fine. Okay. Must be getting old here, but it was fun. And it's a nice parade, and we just saw the rap van. It looked so good.
The van
Looked great. I was like,
That was
hey, it's RCC. So it looked really good.
Thank you.
And there's somebody waving at me from there, so you look good too, Mimi. But yeah, so it was a nice. Seems like November, or like October, not October. November was just packed with a lot of things. There are things I couldn't get to because I was in the booth, but I hope to be out and about in December.
Vicki?
I felt like I was at the show that you're talking about, the space show, because my husband went and came home and gave me a balloon.
But it was fantastic.
He was very into it.
Good.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, lots of basketball.
There
Okay.
you go.
William?
Lots of travel to family, either in Charlottesville or in Los Angeles. And, we have an 8-month-old granddaughter and a 4-year-old granddaughter, and then the other ones, and the ones in Charlottesville, they're growing up 8 to 13.
Oh, wow.
All pleasure. So I've been really busy with that and Sierra Club stuff, but not much either.
I had lots of meetings.
Not you, Bill.
A lot of meetings. But also the Thanksgiving morning is the greatest event of all, when the community comes together and packs all the food that's been collected. We had, what, close to 100 volunteers?
More.
More?
Like, yeah.
How long did it take?
About an hour.
They have it down to a science.
About an hour.
though.
They had it.
Yeah.
They got it down to a science.
Mm.
So it was really good. And then the day before that, got to work with Makers Union, thanks to Shane, and providing some meals to Laurel Learning Center. We fed 220 meals and 55
Awesome.
families
Yeah.
that day. So that was pretty cool.
Pretty good.
That was it.
You were also in charge of, you did, Ethics Day.
I did do
You did
Ethics Day.
Ethics Day.
And that was a fun event. I got to do the closing remarks on Ethics Day. And that was fun. And there were, what, 500? 500 kids?
375.
375 that attended that day. It was huge. They had to let them out at the end of the day in waves because they couldn't let them all out at the same time because they would have just overwhelmed.
Yeah, wait for the buses, please.
Exactly. But well attended, and congratulations to all of the sponsors and volunteers that made it such a wonderful event. BB, Executive Director's report.
Yes, sir. All right. Like you said, Lisa, November was very busy. Under facilities, we have, we're finally getting caught up on our PC replacement program. Each agency pays a certain amount into the cost for PC replacement, and I think we've been behind for a few years, and Chris is doing a great job getting us all caught up. So a few of us are getting new laptops and peripherals and things like that. So staff has been very appreciative. Our main, the new phone system is on place. The phone tree is all fleshed out, and each has its own sort of greeting recordings that's going to be implemented. I guess the phone team from the county is going to come and sit down with us and do all the recordings in one fell swoop. I don't know when that's scheduled.
It'll be this week.
Um,
It's the 4th.
The lobby renovation is a little delayed, but that's the project that I really want to get right, because I don't want to rush something and not have it, because once it's in, it's going to be there for a long, long time. So we're working with the vendor to finalize that. On the equity front, it was Thanksgiving food drive. We added a new element to the volunteer event. Asia had, trying to look at how we can expand that event so that it's not done in like 20 minutes, so that it makes it worthwhile for the hundreds of volunteers that come out on Thanksgiving morning. So they decided to add we call it a refresh, and so it was assembling toiletry bags, and then having volunteers write personal messages. I should have brought one as a show and tell. And that is to be given out to the patrons who use our shower program. So it was very well received, and people were like, can we do more of these? So that was a new element that was added to the Thanksgiving food drive. We doubled the amount of donations on that front, to just, more outreach and my involvement on the chamber, and really, kind of getting the word out. So we had record-breaking number of drop-off points. I think we're getting the weight in today or tomorrow. I didn't get the number before this meeting, but based on Carrie Wilson, who joined us on Thanksgiving morning, she said that it definitely looked like it doubled, because the community really stepped up, and I think it's just so heartwarming, because this community really pulls together when the need is called for. And so we're guesstimating it's probably about 2 tons of food. So very, very cool. The
2 tons?
like
15,000 pounds.
15,000 pounds.
That's 7.5 tons.
7.5 tons. Okay, well, my math is completely off. Sorry.
Yes, it is.
About 16,000 pounds. Yeah. Wow. I like the pounds more than the tons. Sounds a lot more. Let's see. Thanksgiving food drive. In community connections, talked about all the performances that some of you attended. Hamilton screenings on election day was very nice. Community really appreciate that, and we also have like a table to greet them. It's sort of like a lot of the people who comes to vote only comes into the center to vote maybe a couple times a year, but we wanted to take that opportunity to really kind of greet them and let them know more about the community center. So we've been doing that with that captured audience. Something new that the arts and cultures team is doing, we are reaching out to the schools, and they did a basic theater tech class with some of the students there. And it's just another way of how we're taking content out into the community, and and it's not just like leisure learning anymore, but all the programming cost centers are really stepping up and doing that. So something I think the board would be happy to hear. On the aquatics front, we've met to see how we can revamp the women-only swim program, and I have been participating in a couple of meetings on the Crescent redevelopment, which is an opportunity neighborhood site. And so I've been able to really have face-to-face time with the ambassadors, and kind of like, talking about the Crescent redevelopment, but also to engage with them on how we can get that program. Because I think it's an award-winning program. I looked it up. I think Germany is probably the only country that has women-only swimming pools. And I think I know Park Authority also started doing the women-only swim program. So there's an opportunity for us to really hone in and perfect that model. So we're gonna be sitting down with the opportunity with ambassadors in the next few weeks to really learn from them. What are the fatwas that, you know, we have to pay attention to? They have to feel safe in order to participate. So I'm excited about that. The aquatics also started their first aquatics wellness event, which is land-based. So there is a contingent, it's like a little micro community down in the aquatics world where all the instructors want to be able to sort of come together and share ideas and build a community around that. So Matt is hosting this first event, and we already have like 33 patrons enrolled in it already.
Cool.
So something new, and I think it's gonna really, you know, bring the aqua aerobic instructor together and create that micro community. We see that a lot in the arts in Preston. We see that in fitness, and then now the aquatics. So it's really cool to see how little communities are built out of the programs that we provide. In arts and culture, we have the YAT performance, Goldilocks and the Three Bears Go to Hollywood, and the Marooned and American Patchwork Quartet. And, so PD has been very busy. All the holiday programs in Kevin Danaher's world, Leisure and Learning has got a long wait list. I mean, everything from, you know, Winter Walk of Lights, Letter to Santa, Musical Breakfast, they're all completely sold out.
That
and
Letters
then,
to Santa, there were so many, I don't know, I was here for that reason, but maybe it's because you're at Walter. There were so many kids coming in and out, and the looks on their face, and that's a really good event. Sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
cut you off there, but it was very well attended.
Which
The
event,
parents were
which
happy.
event was that?
Letters to
Letters to
Santa.
Santa.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's set up in here, it's just really cute.
yeah, so we have maxed out, you know, whatever available space that we have for these holiday programs, but we're looking at to see how we can add multiple sessions, so that we can, you know, accommodate more participants, so to alleviate all those wait lists. Fitness and wellness is doing magnificent. I mean, people are just, you know, very wanting to be fit. So, RCC on Wheels, as many of you saw, we debuted the actual, this is our vehicle, not the rental anymore. So with that, we have the new wrap that, you know, the team worked really hard to conceptualize and bring that into, and if you're gonna recognize that motif a little bit more, if those of you who have ever been down in the swimming pool, that mosaic motif is by Valley de Berge. When we did the pool renovation, it's on the back wall. So we're using that because it kind of really encompass, you know, what the community center is about. It's a mosaic of, you know, all different walks of life, our ages, and all of that. So you see some of that kind of play on in the days ahead as we roll out the e-newsletter. I know that we've been kind of going without, but we're revamping it, and Ben has been working with media to really lift that up. So we hope to launch that in the new year. Media and communications is working really hard on that. We just updated the policy and user manual. We can send you the electronic, but for those of you who actually want a hard copy of the policy and user manual, please let us know, and then we will distribute that at the January 10th strategic planning session. Sponsor toolkit. This is a partnership engagement strategy that I've been, you know, working on, and so this toolkit is now updated to sort of set the expectation so that when we get to like February and March, when we have the community engagement meetings, that our partners are aware and ready with, impact statements and metrics and data of what the partnership has produced in the last year. So that's something that I'm very excited about. And then our brand identity guidelines is in need of a refresh as well. So on the communications front, they're reviewing that and incorporating guidelines, because like when I was the communications director, we didn't have AI. So now we need to put that in terms of like the amount of editing and photoshopping and that you could do to pictures and stuff like that. We want to establish those guidelines. And then on there's a lot of ADA requirements that the website and everything is undergoing to on the communications. Stewardship and accreditation, we have a couple of new hires that I talked about last month. We have a new assistant technical director, Mark Berry, and Bill Parker returned to the box office manager position. On December 17th is RCC's team builder, and we would like to invite our board to join us.
Holiday hustle.
Excuse me?
Holiday hustle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I got
okay,
the
so you
email.
got that already, fantastic. So please let them know if you'll be joining us, so that, because I know we lock the door, we close at 1 o'clock, so we need to know if you're coming so we can have somebody kind of man the door.
Very good.
And that, my activities. Third quarter review of the budget is happening. I know I have to do it in one page, but the stuff the submissions to me are like 4 pages.
I don't know why Bill was smiling. I'm like, why are you laughing? She's just giving information.
She knows the truth.
I attended the board orientation with Supervisor Alcorn. I was the keynote speaker at the Chamber's Fall Perspective Member Breakfast, and that was really well received. They got a ton of new members, and they got to learn a lot about RCC. I attended 2 of the Crescent redevelopment project that was put on by the Housing Community Development, and that's Paul Thomas attended one of those 2 meetings with me, and then I recorded a podcast with the chamber, and then spoke at the Ethics Day to the 375 senior students that attended it, and then Bill joined me for the closing remarks. Thank you. That is all.
Thank you, BB.
I have a question.
Yes.
For the AI policy, has the county attorney given any advice to people on using AI with all of the issues of fraudulent data and citations and other things that how you
The county has established some
Okay,
guidance,
that's
yeah.
fine.
But we are confined
Be watching
to a
for it, 'cause
yeah.
it's tricky area. It
Yeah.
sounds too easy to be true, and it is.
It is. Exactly. All right. Is there any previous business that needs to be discussed?
Previous business, no.
Yeah, some of us don't appreciate old business.
I never said old.
I know, you were careful.
Is there any new business to be discussed?
Just 2 things.
Okay. Yes.
I've asked Ben to reach out to each board member to schedule a one-on-one with me, because
Okay.
I want to head into the January 10th with some, vision, so that we can, because the next year is going to be a
Good
strategic.
idea.
So he'll be reaching out, and
Are
then
we in
I.
trouble? No, I'm teasing. Oh,
And then I'd like everybody to put on their calendar for Carrie Wilson's April 9th as the Cornerstones of the Community Gala, and that will be kind of her official send-off. So I want to make sure everybody's in town and is able to attend. Thank you.
Yes.
That's
I
Brianna?
wanted to bring up the community room flooring.
The what?
Oh, okay. I know that, we submitted capital projects budget for FY '27, and I know that, the flooring and the light fixtures and stuff like that is very important to the history of the community center. And so Brianne wanted to make sure that if there's any input from the board in terms of like what kind of material or like what you would like it to what do we need to keep and what can we change.
So for FY '27, we do have it listed that the floor will be replaced. Not sanded, not refurbished, but replaced, yeah. So.
Sorry, so what would we replace?
The flooring.
Flooring.
In the community room, the flooring is due to be replaced. So the question was brought up, how does the board feel about that? And I said, well, I don't know. And I think my main concern is there's not gonna be anything, we're not putting in carpeting, obviously. We wanna stick with the same general look. But when I look at it, what comes to my immediate attention is the parquet look. So are we trying to stick with the parquet look? Are we going more with a regular hardwood looking floor? Do we wanna go the route of bamboo? Yes, Bill?
Let's make this easy.
Okay,
Why don't you come to us with a couple of suggestions?
okay.
I particularly, and we've got all these other board members, if the Boston Celtics are not gonna play on the parquet floor, I don't care what kind of floor it is. As
Okay.
long as it's durable and
Yes.
able to be cleaned and
Easily
maintained
maintained.
easily.
Wonderful, okay.
That's the sentiment.
So my question is, you said it's due, the floor is due to be replaced. Does that mean that there's an actual problem or just that somebody's, calendar said after so many
Like
years
life
you
cycle
replace the
replacement
floor?
plan?
Is there
I
do we
think-
actually have a need to? I mean,
There is the need, yes, because I've been told there's actually a couple of areas where it's not.
Coming up,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's coming up.
It's expensive.
oh, it's coming up,
Yeah.
oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's
It's
bad.
expensive to me.
That's bad for people to trip on, for
Right.
example.
No, no one's
Exactly.
tripping.
That is for sure.
Don't be walking on the floor.
Yes, but if the Celtics aren't playing on it, don't worry about the parquet.
Yeah, that's.
You sound like a box.
These-
fan.
That's
That's
the
beautiful.
beautiful. No,
Okay, I
it's just a
agree.
historical
It's
reference,
historical.
that's it,
Yeah,
Okay.
I hear you.
okay?
Yeah, we
Okay.
didn't wanna make decisions that went, against, make decisions, okay? I'll make the decision. You trust my aesthetics.
We did,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Repurpose,
Yes, we do.
think about labor, you're gonna repurpose that wood, someone's gonna use it.
Somebody will repurpose
No,
that.
actually, that's a good thought.
No, really,
So-
it really,
Cut
I
it
watch
out
too much
yourself.
HGTV, you gotta repurpose that wood.
I said we
Sorry.
should talk about that when
Give
we
it to
start
the wood
looking at
shop.
the chandeliers.
Give it to the wood shop,
We
exactly.
have a workshop on
Structure, structural
Build some
design.
birdhouses.
But come back.
Hey,
to that.
hey.
All right,
Sorry.
pay attention,
Yeah.
pay attention to your events list. A lot of things are coming up. I think we've got tickets to most of them, right? I don't think we get tickets to the corral, do we? Isn't that separate?
No, you gotta buy it.
Do we have to buy those tickets?
Let me ask, Bill Parker.
Okay. Other than that, it'll be a very, very busy month. So we are upon the holidays. I wish all of you a very happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, and Happy Hanukkah, and going into the new year. So with that, we are adjourned.
Thank you so much.
Happy holidays.